Does your dog eat poop and you're not sure if it's just a nasty habit or a sign that something's wrong? Coprophagia is the technical term for eating feces, and it can have several explanations. The tricky part, it doesn't mean the same thing if your dog eats their own poop, another dog's poop, or poop from another animal. Let's break it down, starting with the most uncomfortable scene of all. Your dog poops, turns around, and eats it. The first thing you should know is that, even though we find it disgusting, dogs don't always see it that way. In many cases, coprophagia is mostly a behavioral issue. In puppies, for example, it can be a mix of curiosity, play, and exploration. Puppies explore the world with their mouths. They chew shoes, lick rocks, steal napkins, and yes, sometimes they investigate poop too. You should also know that mother dogs lick and eat their puppies' waste to keep the nesting area clean, and some puppies may copy that behavior. For a puppy, eating poop doesn't always mean something's wrong. It may simply be part of an exploratory stage. The key is to stop it before it turns into a habit. But be careful, because one situation can make the problem worse without you even realizing it. Punishing your dog for pooping where they shouldn't. Imagine your puppy has an accident in the house. You get angry, scold your puppy, maybe even bring them back to the spot so they'll understand what they did wrong. But your puppy doesn't learn exactly what you think. Most of the time, your puppy doesn't think, okay, next time I'll go outside. Instead, what your puppy learns is, when I poop, my human gets mad. And that's where the problem starts. According to the American Kennel Club, excessive punishment during house training can be one of the factors that encourages coprophagia in young dogs. Not because your dog is trying to be bad, but because they're trying to get rid of the evidence before the scolding starts. That's why, if your puppy poops where they shouldn't, the best thing to do is clean it up calmly and reward them generously when they go in the right place. The goal isn't to make your dog scared to poop, it's to help them understand where they get rewarded for doing it. Now, if an adult dog suddenly starts eating their own poop, that's when you should look a little deeper, because there could be a medical cause. Problems that reduce nutrient absorption, cause digestive discomfort, or make feces more appealing can contribute to coprophagia. According to VCA Animal Hospitals, possible causes include poorly digestible diets, not getting enough food, parasites, certain nutritional deficiencies, diabetes, Cushing's disease, thyroid problems, or steroid treatments. To be clear, this doesn't mean every dog that eats poop is sick. It means that if the behavior starts suddenly, gets much worse, or comes with diarrhea, weight loss, extreme hunger, or soft stools, you shouldn't brush it off as just a weird habit. That's when it's time to check in with your vet. But now, let's look at another very common situation. Your dog ignores their own poop, but at the park, they find another dog's poop and go straight for it. This is where an interesting study published in Veterinary Medicine comes in. Researchers analyzed responses from more than 1,500 dog owners and found that 1 in 6 dogs regularly ate poop. They also noticed that dogs were mostly interested in fresh poop, meaning poop no more than 2 days old. And that detail matters. They weren't going after just any old, dried-out mess. They preferred fresh poop. The authors suggest this behavior could have an evolutionary explanation. In the past, removing fresh feces from the resting area could have helped reduce the risk of parasites. That's why some dogs may still carry that impulse to clean their environment, even if today we see it as disgusting. Still, on walks, you shouldn't allow it. You don't know if that dog has parasites, is sick, is taking medication, or if that poop is contaminated. And now comes one of the most familiar scenes in homes with cats. Your dog shows up looking ridiculously pleased after raiding the litter box. To us, it's repulsive, but for many dogs, the litter box is basically a box of forbidden snacks. As surprising as it sounds, cat poop is rich in protein and fat, and many dogs seek it out as part of their scavenging behavior. On top of that, the smell is strong. Everything's concentrated in one place, and it's usually within reach. For a curious dog, it's the perfect temptation. And watch out, because something similar can happen with poop from other animals too. Poop from other animals can have a smell, texture, or taste that's incredibly appealing to a dog. And when it comes to herbivores, dogs may also be attracted to the digested vegetation inside. That's why some dogs lose their minds over horse, rabbit, sheep, or even wild animal poop. And after all this, you're probably wondering, what can I do to make my dog stop? The first step is the simplest, but also one of the most important. Pick up poop as soon as possible. The less access your dog has, the fewer chances they'll get to repeat the behavior. Next, don't turn it into a chase. Every time your dog gets close to poop, you run after them, yell, or try to snatch it away. You make that moment even more exciting. Instead, you want to teach the exact opposite. Leave it alone and come back to you. For example, if your dog poops and comes to find you, reward them. If your dog sees poop on the ground and ignores it, reward that too. If your dog lifts their head when you call them, reward that too. That's how your dog starts learning to leave it alone. In the meantime, pay attention to the context. Did it start suddenly? Is your dog hungrier than usual? Did you change their food? Does your dog have diarrhea or seem more anxious? Coprophagia doesn't come from just one cause. Sometimes it's exploration, sometimes it's habit, sometimes it's scavenging, and other times it's a clue that something isn't right. The key isn't to think, my dog is disgusting. The key is to ask, what kind of poop are they eating, when is it happening, and what else is going on? And if you want to keep learning about your dog, watch this next video on screen. In it, I explain why your dog tilts their head when you talk to them or when they hear a strange noise. Watch it next to learn what's really going on.